Imagine the irresistible aroma of roasted peanuts mingling with melted chocolate. That's the essence of Reese's Cups, and they make over 40 million of them every day. It's enough to circle the earth twice. But how do they create this chocolate peanut butter magic on such a massive scale? We're about to take you inside the factory to see the incredible process. From carefully selected ingredients to precise techniques, you'll discover how they craft these iconic treats. And we might even reveal the secret ingredient that gives Reese's their signature taste. Get ready to see how simple components become a beloved snack. Let's crack open this mysterious orange box and see what secrets it holds about Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. As we lift the lid, we're greeted by an assortment of items that might seem random at first glance. But each one is a crucial piece of the Reese's puzzle, fitting together to reveal the story of this beloved treat. Check out these peanuts. They're the heart of that creamy peanut butter filling we all love. Next to them, there's a chunk of chocolate. Not your usual bar shape, but a solid block ready to melt into that smooth shell that gives a satisfying snap when you bite into it. Look at this tiny cup-shaped mold. It's about the size of a Reese's cup and gives them their iconic form. Can you imagine how many of these a factory must have to keep up with demand? Now what's this? A small bottle labeled secret ingredient. Intriguing, right? What could be inside? Is it a special flavoring or something that helps the peanut butter and chocolate stick together? We'll have to wait and see. Digging deeper, we find more puzzle pieces. There's sugar and salt for balancing flavors, and a tiny vial of oil for texture. A miniature mixing bowl and spatula represent the equipment used to blend the filling to perfection. And don't miss that thermometer. It's key for working with chocolate and getting the right consistency. At the bottom, there's one last surprise. A small cooling rack. It might not seem exciting, but it's crucial for setting those freshly made cups before they're wrapped up and sent to stores. Each item in this box represents a step in the Reese's cup-making journey. From the farms where the peanuts are grown to the final packaging, every stage matters. But the real magic happens when these elements come together. Let's see how these puzzle pieces fit to create the perfect peanut butter cup. Ever wondered why Reese's peanut butter tastes so unique? The journey begins in the sun-soaked fields of the American South. That's where you'll find farms growing the exact peanuts Reese's needs for their famous cups. They use two main types, Virginia and Runner peanuts. These aren't just any peanuts. They're specially grown to meet Reese's high standards. Growing these peanuts takes some pretty cool farming tricks. Farmers use crop rotation, switching up what they plant each year to keep the soil healthy. They also use reduced tillage, which means less digging up the soil. This helps keep the land in good shape and stops it from washing away when it rains. Meet John, a third-generation peanut farmer from Georgia. He's been supplying Reese's for over 20 years. "We take pride in our peanuts," John says. "Knowing they'll end up in millions of Reese's cups makes all the hard work worth it." Before leaving the farm, these peanuts go through their first round of checks. Farmers and inspectors look at things like size, color, and overall quality. Only the best peanuts make the cut and get to go on the next part of their journey. The lucky legumes that pass the test are loaded up and transported to the Reese's factory. But the checking doesn't stop there. Once they arrive, there's another round of inspections. Reese's wants to make sure they're only using top-notch peanuts for their cups. Now here's where things get interesting. Reese's has invested in some cool, energy-efficient roasting equipment. This means they can roast all those peanuts without using up tons of energy. It's good for the environment and helps keep those Reese's cups affordable for us to enjoy. Reese's eco-friendly approach extends to how they move the peanuts around. They've come up with transportation methods that use less energy too. From farm to factory, Reese's tries to keep their environmental impact as low as possible. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Reese's uses about 18,000 peanuts every single hour in their roasting ovens. That's a whole lot of peanut butter. It's no wonder Reese's cups have that perfect, unmistakable taste we all love. Ever wonder why Reese's peanut butter tastes different from what's in your pantry? There's a secret recipe that makes it special, and it's time to uncover some of its mysteries. Let's start with the roasting. Those peanuts we talked about earlier take a trip through some massive roasting ovens. This step is crucial because it brings out that deep, nutty flavor we all love in Reese's cups. The aroma of freshly roasted peanuts fills the air as they're transformed. Once they're roasted to perfection, the peanuts need to cool down on special racks. During this time, their shells are removed. Now it's grinding time. Picture huge industrial grinders, way bigger than anything you'd have in your kitchen. These machines take those roasted peanuts and turn them into a fine paste. It's mesmerizing to watch whole peanuts go in one end and come out the other as smooth peanut butter. Here's where Reese's starts to diverge from your average peanut butter. They add sugar and salt, but there are also some mystery ingredients. Reese's keeps their exact recipe under lock and key, but we've got some ideas. Some people think there might be a dash of vegetable oils to make the peanut butter extra smooth. There might even be a touch of vanilla for extra flavor. The texture of this peanut butter is super important. It can't be too smooth or too chunky. Reese's needs their peanut butter to be just right for filling those iconic cups. This unique texture affects how you experience eating a Reese's cup. When you bite into it, the peanut butter should hold its shape, but still be creamy enough to blend with the chocolate. Making this perfect peanut butter isn't easy. The folks at Reese's are really picky about getting it right. They check and double-check the mix to make sure it's up to their high standards. They're looking at things like taste and texture. Is it creamy enough? Does it have that signature Reese's flavor? This careful checking is crucial because the peanut butter is going to be the star of the show in those Reese's cups. It needs to work well with the chocolate and create that mouth-watering combination we all know and love. If the peanut butter isn't just right, the whole cup could be off. The chocolate in a Reese's cup isn't just any chocolate. It's a carefully crafted confection with a fascinating journey of its own. Let's peek into the chocolate-making process and see what makes it so special. First up, we've got these massive vats of chocolate. Imagine pools of rich, creamy chocolate just waiting to become part of a Reese's cup. But simply melting chocolate isn't enough to create that perfect Reese's shell. This is where tempering comes in. It's like training an athlete for peak performance, getting the chocolate in top shape before it meets the peanut butter. Tempering is all about controlling the temperature. The chocolate goes through careful heating and cooling cycles, almost like a chocolate roller coaster. Why all this fuss over temperature? Tempering gives Reese's cups that satisfying snap when you bite into them. It's also why the chocolate doesn't turn into a melty mess in your hand. The process even helps with shelf stability, keeping your Reese's fresh and tasty for longer. During tempering, the chocolate is heated to just the right temperature, then cooled down, then warmed up again. This process is repeated until the chocolate reaches the perfect consistency. It's like Goldilocks finding the chair that's just right, except we're dealing with chocolate temperatures. The result? A smooth, shiny chocolate that's ready to wrap around that peanut butter filling. Once tempered to perfection, it's time for the chocolate to take shape. It's poured into specially designed molds crafted to create that iconic Reese's cup shape we all know and love. Picture a river of perfectly tempered chocolate flowing into these cup-shaped molds. The chocolate settles in, coating the sides and bottom evenly to form the outer shell of our Reese's cup. As the chocolate-filled molds move along the production line, they're gently shaken to remove any air bubbles. We want our Reese's cups to be perfectly smooth after all. Now, we've got our chocolate shells ready and waiting like tiny chocolate bowls, just begging to be filled with that creamy peanut butter we prepared earlier. But first, the chocolate needs a chance to set. The filled molds are sent to a cooling area where the temperature is carefully controlled to allow the chocolate to solidify properly. It's like tucking the chocolate in for a quick nap, letting it rest and firm up before the next big step in its journey to becoming a Reese's cup. Ever wondered how every Reese's cup achieves that perfect balance of chocolate and peanut butter? Let's peek at the assembly line where all the magic happens. The hum of machinery and gleam of stainless steel conveyors set the scene for our chocolate adventure. Check out the long belts loaded with special molds moving steadily along. First up, a thin layer of tempered chocolate gets poured into each mold, forming the base of our Reese's cup. This is way more precise than trying to make these at home with a spoon and a muffin tin. Now it's time for the star, the peanut butter. Look at those precision nozzles lined up above the conveyor belt. They're super accurate, squirting just the right amount of peanut butter into the center of each chocolate base. Every cup gets the exact same amount, giving Reese's that perfect chocolate peanut butter ratio in every bite. But we're not done yet. The peanut butter needs a chocolate blanket. Another layer of silky, tempered milk chocolate gets poured over the top, sealing in all that peanut buttery goodness. Let's take a moment to appreciate how precise this process is. The chocolate needs to be at the perfect temperature when poured. The peanut butter has to flow through those nozzles smoothly, and the conveyor belt moves at exactly the right speed for proper filling. In just a few minutes, we've gone from liquid ingredients to recognizable Reese's cups. These freshly made cups need time to cool down and set. They're whisked away to a special cooling area where the temperature is carefully controlled. This helps the chocolate solidify properly, giving it that satisfying snap when you bite into it later. While they're cooling, let's talk about what happens next. Once these cups are set and ready, they'll head to the packaging area. Here, high-speed machines wrap each cup in those iconic orange and yellow wrappers we all recognize. These wrappers aren't just for show. They're designed to protect the candy and keep it fresh until it reaches your hands. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. From the precise pouring of chocolate to the careful cooling process, every step ensures that each Reese's cup is a perfect little package of chocolatey, peanut buttery bliss. No wonder they're so irresistible. The final steps in creating a Reese's cup are crucial, and they involve a journey through extreme temperatures. Our cups might look perfect, but they're too warm and soft to enjoy right now. Let's see how they get that perfect snap we love. First up, cooling. Picture a giant refrigerator on a conveyor belt. That's the cooling tunnel. Our freshly made Reese's cups take a ride through this tunnel, where the temperature is carefully controlled. This cooling process is super important for giving the chocolate its perfect texture. As the cups move through, the chocolate slowly solidifies. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Not too fast, not too slow. To get the chocolate just right. If it cools too quickly, the texture might be off. Too slowly, and we risk the cups losing their shape. Once they've cooled down, it's time for packaging. Look at those high-speed machines wrapping each cup in those iconic orange and yellow wrappers. Did you know these wrappers were chosen back in the 1920s? The orange represents the peanut butter, while the yellow stands for the Reese name. But they're not just about looks. These wrappers are designed to protect the candy and keep it fresh. The packaging actually plays a big role in preserving the cup's flavor. It creates a barrier against moisture and light, which can affect the taste of both the chocolate and peanut butter. Plus, it helps maintain that perfect texture we worked so hard to achieve in the cooling tunnel. Even after they're wrapped, each cup goes through some pretty thorough inspections. The factory wants to make sure every single Reese's cup is up to their high standards. Any cups that don't make the cut don't make it to the store. Now it's time for the final step. Watch as those wrapped cups get packed into boxes, ready to ship out to stores all over the country. It's amazing to think about how many cups are being made and packaged every single minute. You know what's really impressive? From start to finish, it takes about 2 hours to make a single Reese's cup. When you think about all the steps we've seen, from roasting the peanuts to cooling and packaging the finished product, that's actually pretty quick. From humble peanut to beloved treat, we've unwrapped the full story of Reese's cups. But there's more to explore. Hershey is working to make these treats better for the planet, teaming up with farmers who use smart techniques to grow those tasty peanuts. They've even invested in energy-saving equipment for roasting. Next time you peel open that orange wrapper, think about your Reese's Cups journey. It's not just a quick snack, but a blend of modern food production and sustainable practices. From carefully selected peanuts to precisely tempered chocolate, every step creates that perfect flavor we all love. What are your favorite Reese's Cup memories or traditions? Share them in the comments. We'd love to hear how these treats are part of your life.